Hey guys, so today I'm going to be sharing part of what God has revealed to me in these past few weeks about the elections and President Trump specifically. So the dream begins where I'm standing in a downtown of a big city. I can't give you a specific name, but it was a huge city, and I saw two skyscrapers. And the right side, there was a Democratic building, and the left side was part of the Republican Party. So it was the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. But when I saw the Democratic Party's building, it was finished. It was built. It had a bunch of glass. It was fully furnished and everything. And it was weird. I kind of had a bird's eye perspective, and I could look into the building, and I saw that everything was furnished inside. But when I looked at that Republicans building, there were no windows set in place. The place still had to be furnished and painted and everything. It wasn't fully built yet. So as I'm looking at these two buildings, I see an old man. And then when I see the old man and somehow my vision zooms in, I see that it's President Trump. And he has a suit on, and he's getting ready to enter this building, this unfinished building. So when he starts entering the building, there's these ladders that go up on the side of these skyscrapers. And he starts to go up the ladder. But in my head, I'm like, how is an old man going to go up a whole set of ladders to the top in that age category? He's like 70 years old, right? Anyways, but he starts going and he starts climbing. But when he starts climbing, he starts getting faster. And he starts going at like such a speed where I'm like that's not even human. Like even someone who's athletic can't even go that fast. But there were some parts of the ladder that were missing, and President Trump had to literally jump with all his might, and then hang on and then keep going. So this man had like amazing athletic abilities. Anyways, when he got to the top, he extended his hands out like this, and he was like looking at the people who were down there, and he started clapping for himself, and he said, I did it, I won. But he would applaud himself for winning. But my perspective changed, and I went back down to where the people were looking up, and they were looking at President Trump at the top of the skyscraper. And it's like people wanted to kill him. People wanted to see him dead. Like people would murmur and they would whisper like, oh, like I wish he was just dead. And people would hate him. But it was weird because I saw the Republican building unfinished, but then I saw the Democratic building, which was fully built and it was intact, but they hadn't won at that point. So I woke up that morning and I was like, like maybe this was just a dream, but no, I knew it was God speaking. So I'm like, God, I just want you to confirm to me. So that night I go to sleep, and then I have a dream that I'm in this massive Walmart. It's like a mega mart, and people begin to cry because they're losing their jobs. And that day in the news, it said that all Walmarts around the world were to close effectively immediately. And then my friend comes up to me and she says, she starts mocking Trump and saying how he contracted COVID, and she was laughing. But in my head, I was laughing because I knew that because I know the plan that God has for Trump and where God has Trump set in place for this time, and there's a certain plan for his life, and it's a divine plan. So I was just laughing, not at the joke, but I was laughing at the fact that I know the truth. But she was saying, I can't believe Trump won. I can't believe Trump won. I can't even fathom that he had won. But then I'm like, you know what? Like Trump won, but like he may be, like savage sometimes. He may be very outspoken. I'm like, but that's what God has him. That's where God has him. And to be his voice. So that was confirmation that God was showing me that he was speaking to me and that President Trump will win the elections.